Welcome back to Essex LFC Reds TV, where it's just finished at Turf Moor. Final score: Burnley 0, Liverpool 1. Massive result for Liverpool. I know we're only 4 games in, but it was looking all day long, looking like we was going to drop 2 points. And the grand scheme of things, obviously a point's a point, isn't it? But you'd think after beating Arsenal at Anfield before the international break to go 3 points clear of them, obviously they won yesterday quite comfortably. Then dropping a point today, it kind of almost then makes that last game irrelevant. But what happens at the end is what kind of luck of the champions, really. Hannibal handball just inside their Burnley box. I don't know what the geezer was doing. Frimpong went to cross it in and he just turned his back and just elbowed it, and then Salah steps up. I don't know why I was nervous really, but smashed it into the goalkeeper's top left corner to make it 1-0. And pretty much I think the game died out after that. We probably had about 90 seconds left of normal time, which kind of Liverpool saw out really well. But it was a crazy game. Burnley first half gave us a tough game without really creating anything, but they looked so good. They looked really fast on the counter attack. They were sitting back. We never created anything. I don't even think we had a shot on target first half, but we still played all right. We obviously dominated the ball. We pretty much dominated the ball against every single team that we played, didn't we? But it's just looking like it was going to be one of those days. And then kind of the first half, nothing really happened. Obviously, from our point of view, Kirkes got booked for a blatant dive in their box. I don't know what he was doing. Sometimes I think he just gets a bit too carried away. Can't blame him, I suppose. I'll probably do the same thing. And then second half, well, yeah, he come off. They brought him off after like 35 minutes. Andy Robertson come on. And then second half, it was a hell of a lot better. We're putting balls into the box more, quicker. Just all over him really. Stats, if you look at the stats, obviously clearly, which is what we should have been doing from the first place. I'm not sure if this light is kind of making me look really, yeah. But yeah, second half it was a lot better. Again, still never created much, but just looked a lot better. We looked quite dangerous. We was kind of corners. Corners weren't too bad, but getting nothing on them. Oh, that was probably the highlight. The first half, just remembered like Kanate missing a header from probably like a yard out, if that. It was a good corner, but I think it might have been flicked on. Was it flicked on? I can't remember, but I think Van Dijk missed it, and then Kanate. It's not his fault. He couldn't do nothing about it, but it was literally like fucking about that far away from the goal line. But yeah, second half, Chiesa shirt. I don't know if you can see here, look, new one. But yeah, he come on. I think he got 25 minutes. Within probably a couple of minutes, Andrew Robson fired in a cross. He headed it wide. Could have done better, but he was in there. That's the thing, and he looked really pissed off with himself. That's one thing I noticed. Like when he comes on, he looks so focused, really focused. And but yeah, he was moaning to himself that he missed that opportunity. But as I was saying to my mates, he's got played every game so far this season. Every time he's come onto the field of play, we're not looking like we're going to win the game. Obviously, I was at Anfield and you see the match vlogs and his celebrations and stuff like that on the Bournemouth game, first game. Come on, then scores that goal, kills the game off. Obviously, Salah made it 4-2, but Newcastle away comes on when we were looking like we weren't going to win. Arsenal, he come on when we weren't looking like we were going to win, and we scored that wonder free kick. And then today he was on the pitch, and I think he's just lucky. Like Chiesa in Italian, his stands in English is church, but I just think he's kind of our lucky omen at the minute. So hopefully he continues to get more minutes. Hopefully he should start the game against Southampton, but he just needs to. Obviously, we need to see him scoring and assisting more now. But he played well, and then saying for probably 20 minutes before it actually happened, they needed to bring Rio on. The game was made out for someone who was just literally going to be direct, especially against Carl Walker down the right. But yeah, he come on with Frimpong probably on 85 minutes. It just kind of spouts a bit of desperation sometimes with some of the timings to for the subs that Slot makes, you know, like they've all come off, so you can't fault it, but it just looks like we're piling them all on. Like they went down to 10 men, and then we're bringing these two players on that should have maybe come on 10 minutes before. You know, you took Kanate off, which didn't really affect the game because obviously they weren't attacking, and Vert's come off, and then them two lads come on, and then, you know, they got into the game really fast. Rio was doing step over after step over. So one time he went down, crossed it over, Frimpong. He should have hit it first time, controlled it, smashed it. Goalkeeper saved it, which, to be fair, he hit it probably in the only place that he could have hit it as a right footer in that position. But then Frimpong was there, he was the one who crossed it in, and Hannibal handballed it. So, you know, I think they should have come on 10 minutes before. I don't like this idea why almost like you're bringing them on just to try and save the game, when in reality they should be on. Yeah, Salah weren't in the game at all, but then it just goes to show why I don't think Salah, you can really take him off, you know, unless he's absolutely having an absolute stinker, but then he pops up and buries the penalty, you know. Obviously when Isak starts, he's a great penalty taker as well, but just think like Salah wasn't in the game much at all today. He was better second half. His link-up play with Verts second half looked really promising, but first half he didn't really get the ball. It was all going more down like Gakpo's left. You know, and Gakpo first half was in the game, and then the second half he's not really in it. He just flits in and out, and I just think I really rate him, and he's got all the attributes, but I just think he needs to do it for 90 minutes. Ekatike come off for Chiesa. For me, I would have probably took at the time Gakpo off, put Ekatike on the left, and then obviously Chiesa up the top. But I'm not the manager, am I? But Ekatike, he played all right again. He gets himself about. He tracks back. His work rate is pretty decent. He had one chance where he down the left took it past, beat the defender, then toe poked it, and it just kind of went round past the post. But yeah, it's not one of them games you're going to look back and think like it's memorable in any way. You know, it's not one that probably I'd want to watch again. I'd watch probably highlights of it, but all that matters is 3 points. You know, I would settle for games like that here, week in, week out, as long as we win and win the title again. I just think they look good. I just think once Liverpool click up front and Verts and the front three, I think we're going to be pretty much unstoppable, barring any severe injuries that we get. But I'm still waiting for that front three to click. Isak could be that one that brings it all together, and obviously it's going to be so good. He weren't on the bench today, which I weren't surprised about, to be honest, because I think he ain't had no pre-season, and you got to ease him in. I'd probably keep him until I'll put him on the bench for like Southampton maybe, or maybe Everton. But yeah, I just think there's no rush in bringing him in, you know. Slot made a big deal about Chiesa not having a pre-season last year and having injuries. Obviously, Isak's injury record isn't particularly brilliant, but I just think there's no rush in bringing him in. But once he comes in, I just think it's going to be electric. Like him, Salah to the right, and then for me, probably Ekatike on the left, or the way Rio's playing, I'd stick him in. Just see how that goes, because that lad is just fearless, and it's so good to see. And I think when you're playing, especially teams like with low blocks, and like, you know, these teams, you need these players that are just going to run at players, going to try and beat them with tricks and stuff. And I think that's what you need. But yeah, all in all, can't grumble. Another 3 points, 4 wins from 4, invincible season ahead. What do you think? So what did you think of the game? Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? I'd say, so I got this shirt the other day from YNWA. The only thing, obviously, it's quite up. I got the size wrong, so I've ordered a lot bigger size than I should have done, but I'm keeping it anyway, because it's got obviously Chiesa on the back, and I'm not going to buy another one. But the only thing you notice is, because it's a bigger shirt, the sleeves are not very fitted, which is a shame. They're fine like on and all that. You don't really notice it too much, but they could be a little bit tighter. So if you do go for a long sleeve shirt like this is, then just bear that in mind. But the long sleeve away shirt, which is just where my finger is, that's a size smaller than this, and the sleeves were better on that one. So just bear that in mind if you do order the shirt. Don't do what I did and get all excited and order the wrong size. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I should always put that at the front. But yeah, if you got this far, probably most people don't, because I just waffle on for ages. But if you do, if you have got to this far, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. So let's keep this channel building. But I'll be back again after Wednesday night, Atletico Madrid first game Champions League, which is going to be a tough one. I'm not really full of that Atletico Madrid at all last couple of years, so I don't know what kind of players they've got now, but it's going to be always going to be a tough one. It always brings back memories of that's the final game that we went to at Anfield before COVID hit. So it always kind of, whenever we play Atletico Madrid, it takes me back to that. And obviously, we was there in Madrid at Atletico's ground to beat Spurs in the Champions League final. So it kind of holds good memories in that respect as well. But Atletico Madrid at home, I'll do a post-match reaction straight after that one. Yeah, if you've got any questions about any of this stuff here that we're wearing, drop them in the comments and I'll happily answer them. But stay safe. See you on the next one.